Hi guys, I'm Swati Manshramani and I'm back again after ages, I know that. But I just delivered my baby 3 weeks back. So I'm 3 weeks postpartum. I delivered a baby boy. The name of my baby boy is Siddh. And I have been wanting to kind of do this video where I do this heart-to-heart chat with you about my pregnancy, labor, a little bit motherhood experiences that I have been through. So I wanted to kind of do this heart to heart with you, but life with a newborn is unpredictable. Every moment is very different. So no matter how much you kind of get ready and want to shoot, but you would still not be able to shoot because you do not know what happens next moment. So right now it's like finally I did get the time, and I'm very grateful that I did get this time. So yeah, I would like to kind of talk to you about my pregnancy experience. Like, I'm not gonna go in detail, but like I'm gonna highlight like how my pregnancy was, how my labor was, and how my motherhood is, and yeah, be real with you. So I shared a lot of my pregnancy glimpses on Instagram, not much on YouTube, a little bit on YouTube, but a lot on Instagram and Facebook, but a lot on Instagram. So if you have been following my pregnancy journey, you know that I was active throughout my pregnancy. So I worked out hardcore workouts I did starting from day one of my pregnancy till the day before I went into the labor. So I worked out throughout my pregnancy. It was not like walking or just doing light dumbbells. No, I did heavy weightlifting of 60-70 kgs with all the myths, and people would scare me so much about like what to do, what not to do. I did not listen to anybody or any myths. It was all my intuition. So I was very intuitive throughout my pregnancy, was very active. I did travel via flight during the 9th month of my pregnancy, when my doctor said that I would be able to, I could deliver anytime, from 9th month on. And I still did intercity travel because I was like, I know the capability of my body. I would be able to take it. I had a very easy, smooth, healthy pregnancy. So I was never tired throughout my pregnancy. Tired to an extent that I would be bedridden. No, I was not. So this is how my pregnancy was: easy, active, and I exhibited a lot of will against so much negativity that was thrown at me by people, because they would kind of tell you that you're going to harm your baby is going to suffer this, that, if you work out, if you be so active. There is a lot of myths and there is a lot of push down. If you try to do something against the norm is that if you're pregnant, you're sick, you just have to be on bed. If you try to go against the norm, of course you'll be pushed down, and similar things happened with me, but I did not give in, and my pregnancy was very nice and happy and healthy. So easy pregnancy, I remained active, I maintained a very clean diet, I tried eating very, very healthy, and I maintained an Ayurvedic lifestyle, which is absolutely good for you. I applied massage like my belly with concoction of neem, cacao butter, manjishta, haldi. I did everything right. So my diet was good, I was active, my pregnancy is easy. Of course I'm gonna deliver normal, right? So that is the anticipation, and that is the end goal, that you want to do normal delivery towards when you want to deliver the precious soul that's been there inside you for these 9 to 10 months. And of course I wanted normal delivery, and I was very sure about that too in my head, and I told my doctor from day one that please make sure I get normal, like I do have normal delivery. But it was already 10th month, so I completed my 40th week. When many people deliver in 36th, 37th week, my pregnancy went on to full term. So I completed my 40th week and I still did not go into labor. So my labor pains did not start at the 40th week, and I was admitted to the hospital, and I opted for an option of artificial labor induction, where they induce hormones inside you and then you go into the labor. So as soon as they induced hormones inside me, they said that the labor might start in like 10 to 12 hours, but that did not happen with me. My labor started immediately. The moment I was induced labor hormones, I started experiencing labor pains. And of course, they were not easy labor pains. They were really high intensity labor pain. So I started experiencing labor pain at 10 p.m. on the 28th of October, and the labor pains went on and on and on, and my cervix did not open. My baby was not ready to come out, naturally, having waited for 18 hours. So it was already 4 p.m. the next day, the 29th of October, when they realized that my cervix is not opening. I was only 2 centimeters dilated, and my baby's heartbeat was dropping at this point in time. So we had to do an emergency C-section. So they kind of pulled me onto the stretcher, at 4 p.m. and I was taken to the operation room. Anesthesia was given to my spine. There were many doctors that performed the operation on me, and my baby came out. He was all good. So then I was stitched back. Of course, you don't feel anything, but of course, you know that you have the stitching, you're operated, you're cut open. To take the baby out, they stitched me back. They, put me in the recovery room. I recovered within like 10 to 15 minutes, having put me in the recovery room. Then I was taken to, on the stretcher, I was taken to, my hospital room. And so this was like exactly my labor experience. Nothing that I anticipated. I thought, yeah, I'm gonna have normal labor, I'm gonna shoot very nicely, I'm gonna deliver in 5 minutes, because I have had the easiest pregnancy. I did everything right. So doing everything right was in my hands. But having C-section and whatever happened with me was never in my hands. It was destined. So I was destined to have C-section. Do you think that being on bed and being bedridden, that so many women are bedridden throughout the pregnancy, they still undergo C-section and then they face complications later on? But it's not in your hand. If you being bedridden, or you being active, or you eating clean, or eating junk, does not guarantee you that you're going to have a natural labor or a C-section labor. So I had C-section labor because, having taken my child out, who's very healthy, super awesome, he's the healthiest child there is, with no issues, no jaundice, nothing. They did not even have to put him in any kind of, whatever, the baby monitoring thing, nothing. Siddh is extremely healthy, like the perfect child, perfect baby that could be. He latched on perfect, he eats perfectly, he sleeps on time, he's just absolutely perfect. And I did whatever I could right during my pregnancy. Now, about the C-section, I'd like to tell you. So having gone through what I did, I realized some things are destiny. You can't control things which are not in your control, but you can do the right things that are in your control. You can make those things right. So having a C-section was not in my hands, because I did everything right and I still had C-section. But now I'd like to tell you what happened immediately after C-section. So I was told that, or I have seen, and I'm also told that when you have C-section, you face a lot of issues, like surgery issues. There's pain, you're bedridden for 3 months, you cannot get up, on your own. You always need help, and that is seen all around. But the day I came back after my C-section surgery, and the moment I got my baby, I was able to get up, take care of my baby the same day I had C-section operation. And I was able to get up in the night, feed my baby, do proper breastfeeding, and then take care of my baby consecutively the days after. I would also like to tell you, the 4th day, after I came back from the hospital, the 3rd day, on the 4th day, I could also go to the gym, because my body felt super recovered and I didn't feel any pain or any issues. So I started gymming on the 4th day after my C-section delivery. Now, why do you think that is? That is because I kept doing the right things during my pregnancy, that even the C-section didn't impact me. And so many of my friends told me that they, having given natural birth, face a lot of issues because there's stitches down there. And there is because of epidural being given to you during natural birth procedure, and so many people opting for the pain relieving through epidural, it can cause a lot of issues. So when epidural is administered in your spine, it can give you backache. So even after natural birth, so many women or so many friends of mine have faced complications in terms of the surgery down there. So they not being able to get up from the bed, or taking recovery time of weeks, and having back pain for months. nothing of that sort happened to me. Like nothing of that, extremity happened to me, even having had my C-section surgery, and I recovered really fast. So, this is why you should do the right things, because it's not the things which are not in your control that would, go your way. No, things which are not in your control can go awry, or you do not know how and what is destined to happen to you. But things that are in your control, try to do them so right, that nothing and no hurdle that comes your way can stop you. So this is like the biggest realization there is, that hurdles are meant to come, and hurdles do come. But if you stop and give into, the situations, and if you just flow with the destiny, you would never be able to go where you are meant to go, or you'll never be able to push your boundaries and realize who you actually are. But if you keep doing the right things despite the hurdles, it's all going to be worth it at the end, because you're going to emerge as a winner. So that's difficult, but you've got to keep doing what is right, and do not give your control to destiny. Because जो destiny है वो बुरा है तो होगा, पर वो बुरे से भी you'll just snap at the bad hurdle, or snap at the extreme hurdles, and then come out of them stronger, and you still emerge as a winner, because you have been fighting all your life, and then you end up becoming a warrior. So warriors are never scared of, or they never they never fear the anticipation of something bad happening to them, because warriors are ever ready. Because you keep fighting, that you train yourself so well that you're ever ready for, no matter what happens, you're still gonna do what is right for you. Because doing what is right now, what you can do right, is in your control. So yeah, I just hope that I made sense. So yes, I recovered from my C-section really fast. Of course, I'm working on getting my body in the best possible shape. I'm 3 weeks postpartum, and I'm very much hopeful that within 1 month I'm gonna get to the level of fitness that I really expect myself to have. And I'm doing a clean diet. I'm trying to wake up really early in the morning. I wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning, and I finish my processes, go to the gym so that I can take care of my baby throughout the day. So yeah, that's what is happening. So baby is really, kind of helping me reschedule my stuff, but I'm not really giving in. Just because I have a baby, I would not want to work out, or I would not want to eat clean, or give excuses. That is not really happening. And of course it is not easy. So guys, I have shared with you my pregnancy, my labor experience, but I also want to tell you one thing which I forgot to really mention, that despite going through intense labor for 18 hours, intense, and despite my doctors telling me that why do you want to go through so much suffering, and why are you not taking pain relieving, epidural, I did not take epidural at all, because I knew that if I take epidural right now to relieve this pain, it can be a lifelong suffering through back pain or other consequences of having taken such strong pain reliever. So I went through intense 18 hours of labor, and I would have continued going through that pain if there was a hope for me to deliver normally. But since my cervix was not opening and my baby's heart rate was dropping, I didn't have any option but to go for C-section, which is fine, which is amazing. C-section is a very good experience in itself. It's a very good procedure in itself. I would never deny that. But all I'm trying to say is that I just didn't give up, because I went through so much pain. So pain does not kill me, and I'm not really scared of pain. So yeah, and I also want to kind of tell you that my motherhood journey is, roller coaster ride in itself. It's a fun roller coaster ride, to be very honest. There is so many happy moments. There is you are just super happy, emotional, in awe of this new life that's there with you. So it makes you a better person. It makes you confident. It also makes you do things that you would have never done without your child in your life. So very happy and thrilled with my motherhood experience. But I'd also like to share a lot of things, But later on in a new video, I would really like to talk about my motherhood experience with you in detail. And if there's any specific questions that you want to ask me about pregnancy or motherhood, you can always ask me and I would love to address them for you. And before concluding this video, before ending this video, I'd just like to mention one thing to you, that is this incident today. Before making this video right now, before however that you're seeing me right now, before this, just an hour back, I have been crying for like an hour because my baby was crying so much and he was helpless and he had this tincture in his eyes, and I was not really sure that what is happening to our baby, and we figured out that there's something in his eyes that's causing so much irritation, and this poor helpless 3 weeks old baby cannot even speak for themselves at what's happening. My baby is still trying to be kind of strong. When you distract him, it just goes silent. But then again, you know, the irritation in his eyes is making him cry, and then you feel helpless as a mother and you start crying and you want to help your baby. So a lot of things go on in the background. It's not as easy as it seems. Nothing is, but you gotta put up a strong, brave face. You got to do what you gotta do, and that's what life is. And just wanted to share this anecdote with you that happened today, for you to know that every moment is really different, and it's not what it always looks like on the camera, because behind the scenes everyone is fighting their own battles and they're doing the best that they can. So yeah, bye for now, you guys.